So we need to talk about Erika Kirk. And again, this topic can be controversial for many reasons. I've received your emails. I've received your comments. I've received your direct messages. Why aren't you talking more about Erika Kirk? I've made videos about Erika Kirk. In this case, I wanted to mention two things that she said with Megyn Kelly, which, by the way, I've also made videos about Megyn Kelly, all of them here on the Body Language Guy. I need my headphones for this one. Make sure that my audio is right, because she said a couple of things. And again, some of you said we should not be talking about Erika Kirk. Some of you say we should be talking about Erika Kirk. Whenever, this is the way that I approach this, whenever I see something that should be addressed, like from TPUSA or something that she has said, I will cover it in basically my take. Okay, and again, you can disagree, but in this case, Erika Kirk, said something. Erika Kirk, anything I could wish on Tyler Robinson's family would pale in the face of the justice of God. I'm so glad I am not you. And I found that odd for many reasons. I'm gonna just making sure, remember to go to the source, remember to watch the video, remember to watch the clip first, and then you go for any sort of conclusions. Let's watch the clip.
You don't ever feel angry against God, but I kind of do. I
understand.
How do you make sense of that? And do you have any anger when you think about it? Not towards the Lord, but in general.
The enemy would love for me to be angry. He would love it. He would love it. Because it would distract me from building what Charlie entrusted to me.
Okay, this is one of the things that people are saying. Okay, see, so she is at the helm right now. Okay, but okay, let's just stop for a second. So many people, and this is something that has to be addressed. So many people are saying that she had to do something with, or was co-conspirator in Charlie Kirk's assassination, which I myself find it is outrageous, crazy, insane conspiracy. I can entertain a lot of conspiracy theories, but what would be there to gain here? I mean, actually. So, but again, you can express yourself in the comments. Here is she is saying that Charlie entrusted me with this. Charlie Kirk must have known that he was at risk. That is more than obvious. You are given this passionate speeches and debates in a country where essentially anybody can own a rifle. So you do the math, and you know that it's a complicated math, but it's a simple math at the same time. You are at risk. And it's obvious if you are the father of a family, you must have something in place in case something goes awfully wrong, which it did. And you can imagine that Erika would be the one to entrust her with this task. So I think that is something that we agree, and that's the thing that I believe. Having said that, let's see the rest that she has to say about this.
Raising our babies. Turning point. Being there for the team. Being there for what the future holds. And if I had any amount of anger in my heart and spirit, the Lord would not be able to use me. And every single day, just how Charlie did, stood on stage, he would say, "Here I am, Lord, use me."
Okay, you remember that she's saying she is a very devout Christian. It shows the way she speaks. Again, people say that she sounds and feels artificial. Some people say that she feels and sounds artificial. In my case, for example, I am a Christian Catholic, and maybe I am not that religious. I understand that level of being religious, but I am not that religious myself. That doesn't mean that I find her artificial or fake when she says these things, because there are people that are like that. And at the same time, oh, she is dramatic with those when she lowers her voice and says that. One thing that it's one thing that I haven't been able to confirm is that maybe she has been dramatic this way. We're gonna talk about that hug again. Some of you were mentioning, and again, I think that there are people that just act in this way and speak in this way. But the problem that I have with what she just said is what she's going to say in 10 seconds.
And if I had that anger in my heart, that foothold from the enemy, he wouldn't be able to.
I know at Charlie's memorial, right across the way here, there was that extraordinary moment where you forgave his accused killer. And I mean, I looked and I said, that's the most powerful, strongest thing I've ever seen anybody do in my life.
This is important.
And then somebody helped me understand, because I thought I could never do it. I could never do it. And somebody said to me, forgiveness is an action, not an emotion. And I was like, okay, that's getting me closer to feeling like I could do it. If I don't actually have to feel loving in my heart toward the person. But I wonder, like, how do you, like, if you could say something to him, if you say something to his parents, like, what would it be? Would it be anger? Would it be sympathy? What would it be?
Okay, this is important. The question that Megan asks is if you could say something to him, if you could say something to his parents. She basically asks a double question, but the important verb, the important word is say. It's a very open question. If you could say something to him, Tyler Robinson, or his parents, or his family. I don't. Did she say family or parents? Parents.
Say something to him. If you say something to his parents, like, what would it be? Would it be anger? Would it be sympathy? What would it be?
That is important because, well, one can imagine that. Well, that was my guess, that you could divide what you could feel for the murderer, or the alleged murderer of your husband, and the family of the alleged murderer of your husband. Okay, because we are talking about two different things. And what happened?
That's a good question. It wouldn't be sympathy. It wouldn't be anger. How do you put this? Anything that I could ever wish upon him or that family would pale in comparison of the justice of God. And so I would look at them almost like, I'm so glad I'm not you.
All right, so that's the thing. Wait a second. So I remember that she forgave Tyler Robinson at Charlie Kirk's memorial. That is simply unforgettable. That was the most important moment of that event, hands down. Even if you believe it or not, it was the most relevant moment. That is what we are talking about. She just said that she said some words along that the enemy would love her to have this hatred or feelings or ill feelings, whatever. Okay, yeah, that's again, I'm a Christian. I don't speak that way. Okay, and no, I am not at that level that I just forgive that easily. I am not like that. I'm not know if that is the Latino thing or something. But I'm not like that. But I am a person. She's another person. We are different. We can understand our differences. The thing that I don't understand is she forgave Tyler Robinson at the memorial, she says that the enemy would be happy for her to have those ill feelings. And then she says, after a long pause, after a very neutral question from Megyn Kelly, she says, anything that I could ever wish upon him or that family. Again, the question was double. Tyler Robinson, his parents. And Megyn was a bit of a specific, not his family. She said, his parents. And Erika answered, and that's what it rubbed me the wrong way. How do you put this? Anything that I could ever wish upon him or that family. Notice the way that she uses the word that, because it sounds different if you say wish upon him or his family. That's a more natural way of saying, that's a more natural way of speaking. When you say anything that I could wish upon him or that family, it is not entirely despective, but you know that it's in that direction. I mean, I am not making the rules of English. You know that's how English works. You know that is a very strong distinction between him or his family and him or that family. Okay, and at the same time, she says anything that she could ever wish upon that family. And my question is, just asking, okay, maybe she's still pissed at Tyler Robinson, which wouldn't make sense because she forgave him at that memorial, right? So if she forgave him, she wouldn't be thinking of anything that I could ever wish upon him. In all cases, she would have said anything that I could have ever wished upon him in the past before forgiving him. Understand, right? Because if not, she's talking about right now or the future. I can understand that this could be a bit can sound complicated at times, but I'm very picky with the words that come from people's mouths. Because yes, I'm the body language guy, but you know that behavior is a coin with two sides. So on one side, you have nonverbal communication, which includes, among other things, body language. And the other side of the coin, you have verbal communication, what people say. And the words that people say are important because when they say them, there can be a slip of the mind. There can be something that they are saying that, hey, wait a second, that this is a bit of a contradiction with what they said before, with previous actions. And so there can be contradictions in body language and there can be contradictions in words and statements. So when she says many things here, I simply give me friction on what she's trying to project. Even in this very section, this very video with Megyn Kelly, it is kind of a contradiction. Especially, and I want to ask, this is my question to you, my body language buddies. The parents, specifically the father, turn in Tyler Robinson. It is understood that Tyler Robinson had little contact with his family for many months before what happened. So my question is, what kind of anything could Erika Kirk wish upon that family if that family had the littlest, I know that that's not a word, but you understand what I'm saying. That family had nothing to do with Tyler Robinson actions. I'm going to say it. That doesn't sound very Christian to me. I have to say it. I have to say it. Again, I am not implying that she is co-conspirator of Charlie Kirk's murder. I am not saying that she is guilty of anything. I am just saying that the way that she said these words, contradicts something that she wants to project. And I can't let this pass, because this is one of the, I would say that one of the most relevant examples when you want to say something with your words, with your body language, with your demeanor, with your behavior, with everything. But you say a couple words and you say, wait a second, this rings opposite to what you have sold in the past, to what you have sold 15 seconds ago.